Additional properties can be used to control text to a greater degree. Most are self-explanatory, so I'll go through them quickly but provide working examples of each. First, we get to font weight. The font weight property sets how thick or thin characters in text should be displayed. Typically, the declaration will either be normal or bold, although some browsers do support numeric values in increments of 100. Also, if you use a text editor like Dreamweaver, many of these text editors also support these incremental values: 100, 200, 300, 400, which is the same as normal, 700, which is the same as bold, 800, or even 900. I have an example here, font weight bold, for my additional font properties title here. If we apply a number, 900 for example, notice that it doesn't really change the appearance of the text down there in my browser emulator down below. However, if I choose normal here, which again you might use if you want to supersede another font weight applied to this text that it's inherited from another property, you can use normal. That will take that down to normal font weight. Font style is pretty obvious. The default is normal again, but typically you would use this property to declare any text that needs to be rendered in italics. Values include italic and oblique. I've added a font style normal here. Let's go ahead and apply a value of italic. And notice that it italicizes the text. You can also apply an oblique font style. The browser looks for any available font with oblique in its name, or failing that, one with italic in its name, and then renders it. This is going to look just like the italic presentation if I change this to oblique. So there you see it rendered in italic font. The font variant property is the next one. This is used to display text in small caps font, which means that all the lowercase letters are converted to uppercase letters, but all the letters in the small caps font have a smaller font size compared to the rest of the text. This is useful for secondary, less important info, such as statistics, figures, or footer information. Possible values here are simply normal or small caps. Let's go ahead and change this from small caps, which is what I have here, back to normal. You can see the difference. Let's go ahead and take out the italics as well and return my font style back to normal. We also have the text transform property, although not strictly a font property. This will control the font, so I include it here. The text-transform uppercase declaration is probably the most useful one here. This is useful for headings. The capitalize value is the other real common one. This ensures, notice that the first character of any word is rendered as an uppercase character, so additional is capitalized, the A there, the font for font properties is capitalized, and the first letter of properties is also capitalized. Let's go ahead and change this back to uppercase from capitalized. This will render all of the letters in uppercase, like so. Uppercase, again, is very useful for headings and lists. Other possible text-transform values are none and lowercase. This last value being useful if you need to remove all instances of uppercase characters, or if you have a case of an inherited style. You're inheriting uppercase from another style somewhere and you want to remove that. You can apply directly a class perhaps, or an ID that sets up all lowercase letters, thereby removing the uppercase declaration. Lowercase will take everything into lowercase again. As I mentioned previously, text is not easy to read on computer screens, so to compensate for this, you'll want to use CSS to take as much control over the web typography as you can. So in the next movie, I review a variety of techniques and practices for improving the legibility of your type.